Toyota Insider, the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside Natalie Poole, and Coach had a really nice weekend down at South Florida, a team that's traditionally very good in the American and the other conferences they've been in, and they were trying to make a surge late in the season, and they had a above 500 record, way above 500. This is a team that's usually in the NCAAs. You go down there and you're able to get the series. That is a big road series win for you guys.
It really was. I'm on committee calls with them usually every couple weeks, and they have really been trying to make a push to get into postseason. Won 2/3 of their games, and so they were definitely a borderline team, and all they needed to do was just kind of finish strong. And so I definitely knew that they had some goals in mind whenever we went into this weekend, and so it was nice to be able to come out with 2 wins. I think we hurt their chances. I don't think they'll be going now.
Coach, let's talk about that series. You got behind 1-0 but you come back, you win games 2 and 3. That's a difficult thing to do, so you really played well.
Absolutely, and I think offensively we out-hit them in all 3 games. We just had a really good presence offensively. They threw all of their pitchers. We saw them periodically throughout the weekend, and so I was definitely proud of what we accomplished on the mound as well as defensively, and then just being able to come out, be aggressive, and get through some pitchers on their pitching staff.
Tell us a little bit about Game 2 on Saturday. You played that doubleheader, lost the first game, came back, got that series evened up.
We had struggled sometimes to beat the number 1 team, or the team that's doing a little bit better than us statistically. So in Game 1, we opted to go with our number 2 pitcher instead and save Joe for the second game, and that worked out for us. Offensively, I felt like we had a good presence anyway, so I thought we did a good job no matter what, but we went at it that route, and it was successful for us. And then ultimately, we went back and threw Joe in Game 3, and she did a great job for us.
That's a big Game 3 for you. Always trying to get that rubber game on a Sunday on the road, very difficult. And South Florida, we know going down there in that stadium, they draw very well. That's a tough place to play.
They really do. They have a great crowd. They always have good support. It was their senior day as well, so it's nice to be able to win on senior day. But they always have a very reputable program. Their coach is a national coach for our national softball team, and he's been around for a long time, and so he always has a very nice, aggressive, well-played team. And they came out strong. I mean, offensively, we kept some really good hitters at bay. I was really pleased with that, and got out of some tough situations. And so I thought that we just had a really great presence this weekend.
Tuesday, you went down to, or rather up to Murray State. You split a doubleheader with the Racers.
We did, and realistically, their schedule hasn't been quite as tough as what we've seen from South Florida, but they've been doing just as well. They had some really nice hitters on their team, and so I knew that it wasn't going to be easy for us. I mean, realistically, they're doing better than what we're doing, and so it was great to come out and get that first win and in that first game, and I just didn't think that we did as well pitching-wise in the second game. I think that we struggled a little bit more to make some adjustments at the plate as well. And so we definitely could have cleaned up the second game a little bit better, but I'm definitely pleased we came out with the first game.
Split's not bad at Murray State either, considering you're going all the way to Tampa. You're back on Monday just one day, then you're back on a bus up to Murray, Kentucky.
It was, and it just makes for a long day. We got in, really late, probably around midnight or so. We're here for just a brief, like you said, brief amount of time, and you get back on the road. And so it is a little bit tough, and I know the girls are a little bit tired. They're dealing with final exams right now also, and so they're battling and trying to balance quite a bit.
Talked about kind of spoiling USF's senior weekend, but now all of a sudden it's your senior weekend over at the softball complex. Talk about the series on the field, and then kind of talk about the class.
Sure. We play the University of Houston this weekend. I expect them to be pretty competitive. I'm not sure that they've had quite as good a year as what they've been having in the past few years, and so I feel like if we could go out there and play really well, then we could take the series, no doubt.
It's going to be a big weekend too, because there's a lot of activities going on. They have the TSF tent on Saturday morning. It's going to be track meet over there, baseball, you guys. It's going to be a fun weekend for Tiger fans, and some that will kind of be exposed to the Park Avenue campus and a lot of the renovations for the first time this weekend.
Absolutely. It's nice to be able to show some of that groundwork being taken care of, and just talks about it, just kind of shows a clear picture of our future and what it's going to be. It's great to get fans out there. I think it's going to be an exciting weekend, a great weekend to celebrate those who are graduating, and hopefully we can have a great weekend to back that up with on the field.
And Coach, before we let you go, not sure we'll get a chance to talk to you next week because you'll be traveling, I'm sure, Tuesday or Wednesday for practice day. Tell us a little bit about the conference tournament down at UCF. You said they've already wrapped it up. They got out to a big lead, wrapped up that regular season pretty early this year, and so they'll be waiting on Friday for someone in that first round on Thursday.
Absolutely. I think a lot of the seedings will come down to how the results go this weekend. Ultimately, Central Florida will get a bye in the first game. And so, my hope is that whoever we get matched up with, that our kids feel confident that all we have to do is play each team one game and do our best, and all we do is play one game a day. So to me, you're not going in there having to play a ton of games. You really are just matched up one game a day, and we just have to get through them one at a time.
And finally, to wrap it up, in the American, what do you see in this conference as far as getting teams at large? How many teams do you think might be able to get in the NCAA?
At this point, I think we hurt South Florida's opportunity to get in, and then Houston last weekend swept Tulsa, and they were right alongside with South Florida. So at this point, unless somebody does something spectacular, then it is going to be Central Florida. If they don't win the tournament, then they'll still go. They'll still get that opportunity to go, and so hopefully we can at least get 2 teams in.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.
That is head coach Natalie Poole. I'm Jeff Brightwell with the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.